I got too much on my mind. Try to hit that bar for me. Bar for me. Bar for me, yeah. Bar for me, yeah. Bar for me.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we are a mile high at Broncos Stadium in Denver, Colorado. Just a short time ago, sounds loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies. They're ready for football in Denver as the Broncos get set to do battle with Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5. Now it's Newton. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Derek Wolfe in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. So on fourth down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. And look here, it's an opening drive fake. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Will Parks. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception throw.
And that last one, that hurts. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Lindsey, the undrafted free agent, had a great college career at Colorado, but what he did to start this season and the way he came out of the gate, really impressive.
And sometimes guys just fit NFL teams where maybe you didn't see it coming. Because Philip Lindsay, as you mentioned, had an excellent college career at Colorado, but different question marks from different teams about size. Can he do this? Can he do that? The answer is he can do just about everything, and especially his ability to get out into open space out of the backfield and create big plays downfield. That's working quite well for him in the early going.
To throw is Keenan. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Mario Addison in there to drop him for a loss of 10, and it'll be 4th and long. And the punt team on now as this one's set away. Panthers offense trots back out there, and this is a team that has now lost 3 straight, so they were 6-2, now 6-5. You saw their last loss against Seattle. That was a tough one to swallow.
It certainly was because they couldn't ring the bell in the red zone. That was the problem. They gapped down inside the 10 and didn't put enough touchdowns on the board, and that came back to haunt them. Now, people are going to look at their schedule and think, okay, they can get right the next 2 weeks because they go to Well, Tampa can put 500 yards of offense on you at the drop of a hat, and they won last week, so they feel better about themselves. And how about Cleveland? They're on a winning streak. 2 straight wins, and they vanquished Cincinnati last weekend, so none of these are going to be easy for Carolina. Greg Olsen, their tight end, put it best. People said, hey, can you get on a 3-game winning streak? He said, 3? Let's start with 1 and try and get back on the beam.
They also do have to face New Orleans still twice going down the stretch. He'll get it up the middle. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Tremaine Brock. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, he got what he could there, just trying to move forward and gain a little bit of yardage and create some space. You know the pressure is going to be tough defensively.
And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. Trying to escape the shadow of their goalpost. That helped. 10 yards, 1st down. So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10. Keenum now on 1st down. Man open, he's got it complete to Courtland Sutton. Chewing up big yardage, another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Just the first quarter, the tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent. And they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a different story. Long night.
Yeah, we're good, we're good.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And this one also slow and developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. On 3rd and long, it's Keenum. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Sanders. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is a receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing. And they got it done.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Now Newton. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. Room here to run. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A gain of 19 in picking up the first.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
To throw on 2nd down is Newton. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down. Throwing on third down, Newton. And he couldn't hang on. Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They are going to go for it. It's Newton. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Newton's Super Bowl nemesis, Von Miller. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And they'll go on the ground. Oh, twisting away. Fights through, and now a crease. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards.
I'd have to say that was a pretty darn good run right there. They had 8 in the box, still able to burn them. They've got to consider themselves lucky they only give up a first down.
And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. A great effort there, taking it in. And the Broncos are in for 6.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Oh, able to avoid him. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15. A minute 59 to go in the first half. Back to Denver right after this. Now Newton on first down. On the catch is Jarius Wright. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his...
Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Devin Funchess, 52 yards. And the Panthers have tied this game up. They can take the lead with the extra point. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This one taken just inside the 10. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Hey, one thing I wanted to discuss was just where these Broncos sit right now as they come back out here on offense. Don't count out their playoff chances. The win last week against Pittsburgh, so now they're 5-6, and look at their schedule the rest of the way. It could be pretty favorable.
Yeah, they're not going to catch Kansas City or they're not going to catch the Chargers for the division title, but you mentioned that schedule. At Cincinnati, at San Francisco, home against Cleveland, at Oakland, home against the Chargers. When you look at that schedule, the only one that I would think that they would be a decided underdog, home against the Chargers, and that depends on what's needed in Week 17. So Denver, if they are consistent and stack some wins together, they could easily be discussing a potential playoff spot.
And as the weather gets colder, those boys in the Mile High City, they tend to heat up. Now Keenum. Got him in. He finds Sanders. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And a nice gain of 21 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Here's Keenum to throw. Got a man. That's complete to Hamilton. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of
pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. K1 one short. Coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. The final shot before half for Keenum. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. All even through one half of football as we get back underway in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 6. Nice move at the 40. Now that should give his guys a spark. He's up all the way to the 44-yard line.
In a tie game, both sides are looking for something to give them an advantage. It often falls back on special teams. And that return, that could be the spark to untie the game.
Now Keenum. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of them.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mario Addison in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Hey, go, Rodney.
And they'll bootleg it here with Keenum. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. To the mile-high air, and it's a good one. That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half, and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro linebacker. It's Von Miller. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Keenum going to lead the Broncos up now 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Now a handoff looking right. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver first down. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. They'll run here with Freeman. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Royce Freeman, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos are in for 6. This time, the extra point up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. Now McManus on to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Justin Simmons. Whoosh. And here a juke. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
Dontari Poe in on the stop.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
On 3rd down, it's Lindsey. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Welcome back now to Denver. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And McManus able to put it through. And that one makes this a 10-point game at 16-6. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
And the Panthers coming out now. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
There's Newton now on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. Back to throw, Newton. He's going to air one out. This is caught at the 20. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. A big 3rd down play there for the Panthers. 42 yards. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Newton. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. Throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. Now it's Keenum here off the bootleg. Rolling to his left. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. That's taken inside his own 40. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Newton. Flushed out right. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is
what's up, gang? Let me go secure for the game right quick. Hey, what's up, gang? I got it. I think it's my fault. For real. What's up, the rest. Hey, I got that chicken to go. I'm gone. A lot of these look lost. They broke. They think it's my fault. No car. I want that car. I'm dripping. I'm stuck with the